Why do smart people fail at trading? It's not the market, it's their mind. Today, we're breaking down trading in the zone in 10 minutes. Why do smart people fail at trading? It's not the market, it's their mind. Think about it. You've met traders who aced finance courses, memorized every technical indicator, and can recite market trends like a textbook. Yet somehow, they still lose money. What's going on here? Today, we're diving into Mark Douglas's game-changing book, Trading in the Zone, to uncover why the most intelligent traders often stumble and how you can avoid the same trap. Let's start with a truth that might shock you. The market isn't the enemy. It's not out to get you, and it doesn't care about your predictions. So why do so many smart people, doctors, engineers, even successful business owners, crash and burn when they start trading? Douglas argues it's not because they lack skill or knowledge. In fact, it's often the opposite. They rely too much on their logical, analytical brains and ignore the one thing that actually controls their success: their mindset. What if the real reason smart traders fail has nothing to do with market expertise? Let's paint a picture. Imagine Sarah, a brilliant software engineer. She spends months studying charts, backtesting strategies, and even builds an algorithm to spot perfect trades. Her first few weeks, she nails it, profits pile up, and she's convinced she's cracked the code. Then, a single losing trade hits. Suddenly, doubt creeps in. She starts second-guessing her strategy, over-analyzing every tick. And next thing she knows, she's over-trading to make back the loss. Before she realizes it, her account is in the red. Sound familiar? Sarah's problem isn't that she didn't understand the market. She had the data, the strategy, and the smarts. But she didn't understand herself. Douglas calls this the trader's paradox. The more you try to control the market, the more it controls you. Because here's the thing, the market is random, not chaotic random. It has patterns, sure, but no one can predict every twist and turn. So, when smart people approach trading like a math problem looking for certainty, they set themselves up for failure. They think, if I just study harder, I'll get it right every time. But trading isn't about being right every time. It's about being profitable over time. They rely on logic and analysis, yet their fear and greed keep ruining their trades. Let's break this down. Fear and greed are the two biggest emotional roadblocks in trading. Fear makes you hesitate to take a good trade because you're scared of losing. Greed makes you hold on to a bad trade because you're greedy for more profits. Both stem from the same root, the need to be right. Think about it. When you take a trade, what's the first thought that crosses your mind? I hope this works. That's the problem. You're not focused on the process. You're focused on the outcome. Douglas shares a story of a trader he worked with. Let's call him Mike. Mike had a rock-solid strategy with a 60% win rate. Statistically, that's fantastic over time. He should be profitable. But Mike couldn't stick to it. Why? Because when he lost 3 trades in a row, fear took over. He started skipping trades he should have taken, convinced the strategy was broken. Then, when he finally took a trade, and it won, big greed kicked in. He held on too long, hoping for even more, and watched the profit vanish. Mike's logic told him the strategy worked, but his emotions sabotaged him. He was stuck in a cycle. Fear of losing gives missed opportunities, gives greed for winning, gives lose profits. Sound like a loop you've been in? Mark Douglas reveals that adopting a probability mindset is the key to consistent success. So what's a probability mindset exactly? It's the ability to accept that every trade is just one outcome in a series of possible outcomes. It's understanding that you don't need to predict the market. You just need to have an edge. and let the probabilities play out. Let's simplify. If your strategy has a 50% win rate, but your winning trades are twice as big as your losing ones, over time, you'll make money. But you can only profit if you take every trade your strategy signals, even the ones that lose. Because you never know which trade is going to be the big winner. Douglas compares trading to a casino. Casinos don't care if they lose a single hand of blackjacks. They know the odds are in their favor over time. A probability mindset is like being the casino. You trust your edge. Take every bet that fits your system and let the numbers work for you. So how do you develop this mindset? First, you have to let go of the need to be right. That means accepting that some trades will lose, and that's okay. Second, you have to focus on the process, not the outcome. Did you follow your strategy? Did you manage your risk? If yes, then the trade was a success. If it lost money. Third, you have to treat each trade as independent. The outcome of the last trade doesn't affect the next one. Just because you lost 3 in a row doesn't mean the next one is due to win. The market has no memory. Let's take Sarah again. If she'd adopted a probability mindset, she would have seen that single losing trade as just one data point in her strategy. She wouldn't have overtraded to make back the loss. She would have stuck to her plan.